I'll be with you in just a second, guys. I'm getting everything set up. Okay, that's good. Sound is good. I don't know why that camera went out. Almost ready. Yeah. Yeah, especially when you want it to grow a lot faster. The internet is running super slow today. No, it just seems like it's just a slow running day. Regardless, good enough. We'll get some water. Be back in a few minutes. Okay, guys. Hope all is well on this, I don't even know what day it is anymore. I think it's the 21st. So, we're going to go for a quick little walk up the mountain. Starting to get dusk. One of my favorite times of the day. Gonna head on up there. Sorry my stream was down most of the day. I've been having lots of internet issues today. And I really don't know why. It's just really silly. So, like, my one camera is not going well today. So, but no worries. Oh, here we go. The bunnies are far more exciting right now. Little bunnies everywhere. Yeah, bunnies are far more exciting right now than watching me as we chit-chat as we head up this way. So, almost got my new composter experiment set up and in place. Got some interesting things I'm going to try with that. Ducks are happy. Pond's still holding water pretty well. Here's another bunny. And then there's another bunny. Because my entire yard is full of my awesome bunnies everywhere. Our downfall is having bunnies run everywhere. But that'll be something that I figure out how to deal with in the near future. So, okay. We're going over the fence like normal. I have some sound effects for you guys. You could get the wonderful spin sound effects in. So today, the conversation we're going to have today, or at least the topic we're going to start with, is why I farm, homestead, practice permaculture, purposely do this kind of stuff. First I should begin is I'm an outdoor kid. I love being outside. One of my favorite things is being outside playing in nature. That being said, I like inside stuff too. Like, I have a weird balance of loving to be outside but absolutely loving technology. And a lot of certain parts of technology keeps you inside, so it's a weird balance. One day I'm going to figure out how to do both. If I lived in a tropical region, I would totally not have walls on my house. Or at least not have walls during most of the day, maybe only put the walls up in the evening. In a colder region, it's not so easy to do that. So that's very first and foremost. It's just I love being outside. I think outside is awesome. It's super fun. It's one of my something I look forward to. I look forward to getting up in the morning and going outside. Next, I like working in nature. So I like digging ditches, and I like planting trees and seeing what they're going to turn out to look like. And I like the slow experiments of all of that. It's really fun. I also like the trying to figure out what I can eat in the woods, or how I can take what I can eat in the woods and combine it with something else and make something even more tasty. It's funny. I think about this now, and I take for granted all of our ancestors that had to do this for survival, and I do it for leisure. And that's kind of interesting to think about, because I know that if I fail, I do have the grocery store and some other stuff to fall back on, where the ancestors did not have that. Which I do think is also a downfall of mine a little bit, because it also means that I don't quite go as hardcore as I possibly could, knowing that I have that thing to fall back on. Still working on some really cool future homestead ideas down there. I think cordwood house. I think I'm going to start off building a cordwood bee house first. See how that experiment goes. And if that goes well, I will be building a cordwood house down over here and collect a bunch of fallen trees to use it. So a completely locally built house would be pretty cool. I'm still not sure what I'm going to use. I have to do some major experiments with the cob cement or whatever is going to be holding the wood together. I have to do some research on that, because I don't have an issue with using a technology that improved upon something that we used to use in the past. So it's why I don't have a problem using natural gas instead of a wood-burning stove. Though it would be cool to have a wood-burning stove as well, and I'd like to build one just because I think it would be fun. But as of right now, I don't see the necessity of that, because I am okay with the increase in technology. That being said, I do not use a microwave for any reason. I have not microwaved something in 10 years now, maybe longer than that. There's a microwave in my house, because I know other people like to use microwaves. I will just not. So there are pieces of technology that after I play with and such, I won't necessarily use, because I don't necessarily like how they work or function. So here we are up at my spring. I'm going to set you here for a minute so I can fill up my bottles, or spill everything out of this bottle first. So this is my fastest flowing spring. Got a little bit of something in that one. Must have touched the sides. A lot better. No fragments. So I just try to purposely not collect fragments and get fragments in this, so that so I can get the water to stay the freshest the longest. I just picked up I think 10 more pure silver coins. I usually focus on tenths of a round, and I keep that in all my water to keep it sterile. So I did just pick up some of that. Let me get a drink. Great water. Great water. So like I was saying in a past video, this is where I plan on doing some piping and taking the water down and trying to create some water, or creating some electric with this water. I really love that idea. I think it just in my mind makes so much sense to use the path of the water anyways. And the great thing is it's not really going to screw up this hillside or this bank or anything, because it's not like this is a natural path that the water went. There's probably reasons that the water came out there, and they're probably not necessarily a natural region. So being able to manipulate the water that way, I feels perfectly fine. And I'm ultimately getting it to its final to get it to its next destination. So the couple things I need to figure out is if I'm going to run it through the pipe that goes underneath the road and capture the water and capture it going out the other side, or if I'm just going to set up a little charging station here and run the electric overhead. I might just do a little charging station here and then come up over and run a little wire over the road and drop down right in there, because I'm going to clean out most of that brush this year, and that's where I'm going to try to put the that's kind of the idea of the homestead, about right there. Also farm and homestead and raise animals because I enjoy raising the animals. I enjoy being in their presence. There's just something really fun about having rabbits and chickens and a pig and all those kind of animals, and they look forward to seeing you and provide you with cool things like eggs. So that's part of the reason I do that. Also like the education aspect. That's probably one of my favorite parts about why I'm still doing this and why I really want to expand is I just want to teach other folks that want to know how to do this. I want to show them that it's possible. And if they just want to take baby steps, I totally understand. And if they want to get even more hardcore than me, because there's bound to be people that want to live a lot more hardcore than me, that would be great. I'd like to be able to help them with that opportunity as well, and direct them into the paths that so they can do things of that sort as well. That's pretty much my goals when it comes to that. I like planting plants. I like eating the fresh food. I like going through the woods and finding what I can eat up there. There's some pretty awesome stuff to eat up in the woods too. So that's pretty fun to do. I also like cultivating plants. like trying to, like, my goal is I'm going to have, I think there's like 120 species of trees that are native to this area. And so my goal is to have right around at least 100 species of trees on my property. So I do need to, this spring, one of my goals is I'm going to go around and I'm going to start marking and identifying each individual species of tree so that I know what I have here positively, know where it's located. Then I can set up a map. And then if I want to start adding some more, I know what it's already here and it's already been documented. And that also means that if something happens and it dies off or gets damaged or something, I can replace it and probably replace it with something very similar in a similar zone. Since my property has multiple zones, not even just the permaculture zones, but if you just walk through my property, you can find cold patches and warm patches and microenvironments, and that's just one of the cool things of everything around here being so distinctly different. So I'm gonna plan on definitely doing stuff like that as well. That's another goal of mine. I need to write that down in my goal book for 2020, is to go through and identify as many of the trees that are here as I possibly can so that we have a good baseline. And, the other reason I do it is I just don't really want to be out in the world. I like visiting the outside world, and it's fun to go around and see that kind of stuff. But I think living in a big city would get boring after a while. It just doesn't seem like something that I would super enjoy doing. So I'm just going to go over the fence again. It's just fun to just go over the fence. So I think that covers most of it. As you can see, the sun it's definitely setting and it's starting to get darker here. So it'll be just a little bit of time before it's ready to put the ducks away. And yeah, the ducks see me, decide they're going to make lots of noises. Not time to go away yet, ducks. So. If you guys like to leave some comments below if there's some stuff you'd really like me to focus on this winter. Things that you're not used to seeing on a farmstead in the winter, or things that you have some questions about and such. Definitely ask, because I've got a lot of cool ideas. And I'm always open to make things easier for those that are just trying to learn. Like I said, the main reason I do these videos is just more of a Q&A, so you can see what's going on, so we can all learn together. So I can learn from you, you can learn from me, and everything will be good. So, okay, well, almost to the house. So, thank you guys. Oh, and I've said this in past videos. If you are following me on here and you're super interested in getting some seeds, zip me off a email at xdrfirefly@gmail.com. Let me know that you're looking for some seeds. And if you give me a rough idea of like what you're planning on doing, like container gardening or yard gardening, forest gardening, things of that sort, I will do my best to help you out and put together something really cool. Well, anyways, friends, I am here at the house, so I am going to jump in. And after this, I'll flip on some Alan Watts and some Crow, and I will see you guys sometime tomorrow. Adios.